All right, Liz, welcome back. Another big fight, another co-main event slot. How excited are you for this one?
I'm super excited. One of the great things is, like I keep telling everybody, I stay ready all year round. So when I can have a quick turnaround, have another fight, and just start racking them up, it makes me that much excited to go back to practice on Monday to evolve and get ready for the next one.
And I think before and after your last fight when we spoke, you kind of said, I think I kind of put myself maybe in a position for a number one contender fight, to be the number one contender. Was there any thought about waiting, or was it just that activity that made you want to get in there again?
No, I told my management even before I had my fight in April that I wanted to rack up as many as I could for the year. If I could get 3 or 4, I'd be the most content that I've been, considering I'll get one a year. And then when they gave me the phone call, it just made me that much happier, whether it was for title contention or just to stay active. And I certainly hope that this is what puts me into that next title contention.
And Kana Watanabe, even though she's newer to Bellator, she's an accomplished martial artist. She did great things in Japan. Have you been impressed with her, what you've seen from her so far?
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't be facing her if I didn't think so. I've yet to face an opponent where they haven't succeeded elsewhere. Even if it's their first time into one big organization, it's because they're coming off of being the champion and making achievements somewhere else. And that just means that I get to help them, bring them into the organization with the loss.
And it sounds so cliche, but MMA is such a global sport, right? I mean, you look at the win streak you're on, you beat an American, you beat a Brazilian champion, now you're fighting a Japanese champion. Is that kind of a cool thing for you as an athlete to, like, this is one of the few sports I feel like you can really prove, like, you're one of the best in the entire world, you know?
Yeah, it is, and it is one of those great things, because like you said, you're facing champions from each of their countries, wherever that happens to be, and then they come here just on a different platform. That's really all it is a different platform to compete against somebody else. So in my head, it's like I have little belts all over the world.
Absolutely, and taking you back to your last fight, when we spoke to you that night, but when you went back, you watched it, you kind of analyzed it. What was your overall assessment of your performance, and kind of what were some of the takeaways, you think?
Yeah, I was impressed with Vanessa. I knew going into it that she's going to be a tough opponent. She's a veteran with more fights than myself. And going into it, I knew she was going to be tough. And I definitely was kind of surprised at her hesitance in some of the situations, because in everything that we've seen her too, there's never been a hesitation in those moments. So that surprised me and threw me off. And I think that that's something I needed to work on, something I went back to the drawing books to be like, okay, even if that person's not going to do what they do, I need to do what I'm going to do. And that's the biggest thing I'm looking to do on Friday night. But against Vanessa, I thought I had her at the end of the third. I got her with a good body shot with a kick to the body, and I thought I was about to finish it. And I just missed that by seconds away, but something I won't do on Friday night.
Yeah, and Kana's never lost a fight. So is that a motivating factor for you at all, going against an undefeated fighter? Like, hey, I can be the first one to hand her that loss.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like I keep getting faced against people where they're undefeated on the person that has to make that flaw on the record. And I'm glad to be the first person to do that.
For sure. And you got a title fight coming up in your division here shortly in the Mohegan Sun. What were your thoughts on the booking between Juliana Velasquez and Denise Kiholtz, and kind of what's your take as the next challenger, so to speak, if you win on Friday?
Yeah, as a fan, I thought that was a really exciting matchup. Like, just as a fan, and Mio just studying all the different women in the division, I looked at it, I'm like, okay, that's a fight I want to see. That's an exciting one where when I've been studying the entire division, trying to figure out who my next opponent could possibly be or who could be up for title contention, it's like, wow, that would be a really tough one for her. And then there it is. So that's one I'm looking forward to, and then especially looking for the outcome of it to see who I could possibly be facing next.
Yeah, and I just kind of alluded to it, and you did too. You feel like this is going to really put the exclamation point on that title shot?
I certainly think a strong finish on Friday night puts me in title contention.
Cool. Awesome, Liz. Well, I really appreciate your time, and good luck in the fight.
Thank you.